The Department of Justice says it's investigating the disruption of services at a Minnesota church on Sunday by activists protesting against ICE. Attorney General Pam Bondi says if any violation of federal law took place, it will be prosecuted. NTD correspondent Jason Blair has more.
The Department of Justice says it's working around the clock to look into a disruption that took place at a church in St. Paul, Minnesota on Sunday. Activists entered City's church during a service shouting ICE out and justice for Renee Good. Good was fatally shot during an ICE-related shooting. DHS says she ignored instructions from authorities and drove her car in the direction of an ICE agent. The activists were also calling out the name David Easterwood, one of the pastors at the church, alleging that he's the same David Easterwood listed as the acting director of the ICE field office in St. Paul.
There are already 2 prosecutors from my office on their way to Minneapolis. We have an FBI team assembled and local prosecutors as well.
Dillon says the incident is getting the highest attention from the DOJ.
Because there is no more sacred right in our Constitution than the right to assemble and pray to God.
The church disruption was organized by activist and civil rights lawyer Nikema Armstrong.
This is Operation Pull Up, more of a clandestine operation. We show up somewhere. They don't expect us to come there, and then we disrupt business as usual.
Tricia McLaughlin, the Assistant Secretary of Homeland Security, says that she's glad the DOJ is taking the incident seriously.
This shouldn't be a Republican or Democrat issue. These are worshipers who are practicing their First Amendment rights to worship, and yet those rights were trampled on.
With ongoing protests and tensions escalating in Minnesota over the weekend, multiple reports citing defense officials say that the Pentagon has 1,500 troops on standby in Alaska for possible deployment to the state. However, the Pentagon has not directly confirmed this publicly yet. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has put the state's National Guard troops on standby as of Friday. The Minnesota National Guard posted on X that if activated, the Guard troops will be wearing reflective vests to, quote, help distinguish them from other agencies in similar uniforms. The Minnesota Department of Public Safety says they are not deployed to the city streets at this time, but are ready to help support public safety, including protection of life, preservation of property, and supporting the rights of all who assemble peacefully. Jason Blair, NTD News.